All right, big news on Friday as the 49ers get set to travel to Green Bay, actually Appleton, Wisconsin. They had their final practice in Santa Clara and they ruled out two of their most important players, probably their most important offensive player and probably their most important defensive player, as Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa will not be available to play in this crucial game against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday at Lambeau Field. First, and we'll get into all that, what all that means. First, this is brought to you by Canyon Club Brewery. It's a brewery, a restaurant, a beer garden, all situated in a very family-friendly location and atmosphere in Moraga, California. Canyon Club Brewery has a wide variety of beers, also a wide-ranging menu too. So check it out, and it's coming soon to the Livery in Danville. So yeah, Brock Purdy, who took over the 49ers starting job back in late in the 2022 season, although he had that elbow injury in the NFC Championship game that year, he has never missed a start. That streak will end on Sunday as Brandon Allen takes over, 32-year-old player, played college football at Arkansas. He was a sixth round draft pick of the Jaguars in 2016. So he's bounced around a little bit. He made it as the number two quarterback with the Bengals for a few years behind Joe Burrow. He was the number three quarterback for the 49ers last year behind Purdy and Sam Darnold. This year, he gets awarded or earns the number two job behind Brock Purdy. He won that competition against Joshua Dobbs in the exhibition season. He will make the start with Dobbs suiting up as the number two quarterback. And so Purdy, the shoulder injury, you could tell late in the game that the training staff was working with him. And then this week, it became very apparent that this was something far more serious than just shoulder discomfort or soreness. He did not throw at all in Wednesday's practice. Thursday, when I observed him, he threw a few short passes and then he called the head trainer over, Dustin Little. They're checking out that right shoulder, and then that was it for his day. So he wasn't even out there on the practice field. And then Friday, more of the same. Brandon Allen taking the first team reps. And so the 49ers are rolling with him. And folks, obviously, it does not look good at all for the 49ers as far as maintaining any kind of uh, whatever competitiveness late in the season, and the playoff hopes appear to be dashed. Certainly, when you consider that they were probably going to need Brock Purdy playing at a high level, probably going to be needing Nick Bosa playing at a high level in order to go into Green Bay and win that game. And now they won't have either of those players. So again, Brandon Allen takes over. How would I compare him? Kind of Brock Purdy light, somebody who has a kind of a similar style Purdy. His thing is going to be he's an experienced guy. It'll be back foot hits the ground, balls coming out. 49ers need to get their run game going to remain competitive in this game. And they're going with Brandon Allen with Josh Dobbs as the backup. And then on the defensive side of the ball, no Nick Bosa. 49ers have had a difficult time generating a pass rush with Bosa. Just think what it's going to be without him. We saw what happened when he was out of that game Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks scored a couple of touchdowns and ended up winning that game. So no Bosa with the hip and oblique. He had it on the one side, and then he believes he was overcompensating for it, and then hurt himself on the other side. So I don't think a big surprise that he's not going to be available for this game either. And then Trent Williams is listed as questionable, and he was someone I thought might not even make the trip to Green Bay. So I don't know how healthy he's going to be with the ankle situation. He had to get that thing shot up in order to play against the Seattle Seahawks. So if you want, we'll give you more bad news, but we'll give you a little bit of good news first. And that is that George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey aren't even listed on the 49ers injury report. So they are good to go. They'll be available to play in this game. But now let's go back to the bad news. Kevin Givens out again, fourth game that he'll miss in a row. Charvarius Ward was ruled out for the personal reasons. I mean, he just returned to practice this week after missing 3 weeks of practice after the death of his daughter. And so he's trying to kind of get back into the mix. So the 49ers have decided to rule him out for this game. Jacob Cowing, the punt returner and wide receiver, He won't play. So perhaps look for Ricky Pearsall. Well, you know what? It'll probably be Trent Williams or Trent Taylor. That would be funny if Trent Williams were back there. But no, it'll be Trent Taylor probably handling the return chores as the 49ers will make some moves on Saturday as far as bumping somebody up. The reason I mentioned Ricky Pearsall is because when Cowing had the injury against Seattle, it was Pearsall who was ready to go back there and field punts. So no Jacob Cowing and no Tatum Bethune either. The rookie special teams player, he has an MCL injury with his knee, and so he won't play in this game. So that's what, six guys on the 49ers 53-man roster who've been ruled out for this game. And then the questionable players, Trent Williams and also John Feliciano, the backup offensive lineman. And the window is getting close for him to be lost for the season on IR. So the 49ers will have to make a decision there. They could potentially move him up, activate him from injured reserve on Saturday. So once again, no Brock Purdy. 49ers are 5-5 on the season. I think if they go 6-1, they make the playoffs. If they go 5-2, they're probably looking pretty good. But anything beyond that, I think the 49ers will be home for the postseason. And now it's looking like that is indeed going to be the case. Kind of like the 2020 season where 49ers went to the Super Bowl. A lot of things happened the following year. They missed the playoffs with a 6-10 record with all the injuries. And now the injuries piling up for the 49ers. 5-5 record when they've been as healthy as they have been. They haven't been good, and now they really, really, really have an uphill climb to win this game. And this game is really important just because of the playoff scenarios as far as the potential of wild card. In fact, PFF says if they win the game, 52% chance that they will be in the postseason. If they lose it, that falls to 15%. Yeah, I don't know quite about those numbers, but I do know that just with the news coming out Friday afternoon that Brock Purdy won't be available, Nick Bosa won't be available to face the Packers, it looks like an extraordinarily uphill climb in front of them to get back to the postseason. 49ers the last 3 years have made it at least to the NFC Championship game, and now a major, major blow as the 49ers were hoping to get on a roll here at the end of the season and win some games and get back into the playoffs. But that is it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Uh, we'll see how the 49ers manage their offense during this time. And we'll see also if, how Brandon Allen does. There was a reason they brought him back on a 1-year contract. They liked what they saw from him as a number 3 guy. And now he'll get an opportunity making for sure now his 10th career start in his first start since he was the Bengals backup and they had a postseason bid all wrapped up and he started the final game of the 2021 season. So that is the story from here. And I'll be on a plane to Green Bay later this evening. And that is it for now.